بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل الدرجات. السلام على المرسلين وعلى آله المرسلين وعلى أولاد المرسلين وعلى أصحاب المرسلين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد أرسلنا موسى بآياتنا أن أخرج قومك من الظلمات إلى النور وذكرهم بأيام الله إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور. صدق الله العلي العظيم. So tonight we are commemorating the tragedy and the challenge that befall Imam Hussein alayhi salam. As we all know, that the events of Karbala doesn't stop in the issue of leadership where they are portraying it. It's a divine message. It's an ordained, it's an instruction from Almighty Allah. Before the time, before the event. That's why we recite this verse of Quran. When the Lord of the world was talking about the efforts in Musa alayhi salam did in bringing his people to the light after they have gone astray. Then the same thing happened when the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa was saying that La yawm kayawmuka ya Aba Abdullah. Then we now come back to Nasr Quran when Quran says وَذَكِّرُهُمْ بِأَيَامِ اللَّهِ. Then the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa was telling the Imam that the day you are going to teach them to defend Islam, they will not go to be day like that day. Then those who didn't understand Quran very well or that they didn't go to history, they continue saying that the Shia Muslims are doing bid'ah, or we are too exaggerating that what really happened on the events of Karbala. It has been more than 1,200 years, 1,300 years. Why commemorating? Why always? Down to some of them went to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam and saying that Sara Imam Sadiq alayhi salam kayfa sara ashura yawm musiba wa gham wa juz' وبكاء دون يوم الذي كبد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله واليوم الذي ماتت فيه فاطمة سلام الله عليها واليوم الذي قتل فيه الأمير المؤمنين عليه السلام واليوم الذي قتل فيه الحسن بالخصم. لماذا أنتم تسؤمون بيدكم بالحسين؟ The saying here, when they were discussing or asking Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, they said, why you people are crying, lamenting, discussing always about Hussein, and you left the A'zam, the best of humankind, Nabil Ashraf, the day he was being passed away, or you left the tragedy of Fatima salamu alayha. As you all know, what befell Fatima after the demise of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Then, not done that alone, and what happened? The stab, the way they killed Amir Mu'minin alayhi salam, and down to Imam Hassan, the poison that been given to him after being injured. So all these issues are very big calamity, and something very important that you people should be lamenting always. But you left all this and you are raising your hand in issue of Hussein alayhi salam. Only Hussein, only Hussein. Why? You understand? So now, before we came to the answer of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam to these people, we want to look at this verse of Quran and bring them back for you to know that when we are crying, when we are lamenting about the tragedy that befell Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala, we are truly following the line of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Because the Quran mention it here now that when the message of Nabi Musa alayhi salam goes to his people to bring them from darkness to the light, then after the event, Allah is saying that this struggle that Nabi Musa did, he should be remembering. Let the people know was that kiruhum bi ayamillah. Tell them to know that Musa stood that day to call them from what? Disbelief. To call them from zulum, oppression. To call them from every sort of evil they are doing. To come to what? To the light. He said, was that kiruhum. Remind them of that day. That what Musa alayhi salam did that day was part of what? Sacred day. That the Lord of the world, that you need to be remembering, part of I am that we have been choosing to be special. Then the same thing come to Karbala. That is why when the Nabi, we want to bring the issue of Karbala, he said, this is not the Nabi, not from Nabi, not even, and Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said it, and Imam Hassan and other Aimah, they said, La yawm, and Nabi is talking to the Imam Hussain, he said, La yawm ka yawmuka ya Abdullah. I feel it, yawm, that your day. I am Jamu yawm. Your day, they will not go to be tragedy, calamity, like your own. His own is smaller than Nabi Musa. When Imam Sadiq alayhi salam wants to reply and give them answer, he said, Inna yawm al-Hussein. Look at the love. He said, Inna yawm al-Hussein. The day, that day, the Imam Hussein was stood for the struggle. That day, he said, A'zam musiba. A'zam musiba. Allah wasn't tafdil. A'zam musiba. Min jami' sa'ir al-anbiya. He said, the calamity that befall Hussein is more than all the Anbiya. Are you getting it? This is the reply, the answer Imam Sadiq alayhi salam give to them, that if we are seeing us lamenting, crying year and every year, you don't know what's happening in Karbala. You people are just trying to cover the reality, the real event, the real incident, the tragedy in Karbala. You are covering it for people, from people knowing the reality, the truth. Then when you say La yawm ka yawmuka ya Abdullah, it shows that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you know about what is going to happen there, how bad it's going to be. Your body, you will be crucified, you will be mutilated, everything is going to happen to you. Do you know what is happening when Imam Murid alayhi salam was saying that Ya ibn al-Shabib, in kunta baqiyan fabqi al-Husayn. Limada? He said, لأنه ذبح كما يذبحون الكبش. Salamu alayhi. Then you are saying that death or killing person is normal. That is in jihad, it took shahada. It's never like that. Go back to incidents of what? Ali Akbar. Do you know what it takes? So Muluwaya narration has said that Ali Akbar Salamu alayhi, he was the first son of Imam Hussein. Then how are you going to feel when your children, your son, be killed in your presence? Don't just look at what happened to him alone. Look at the family. Ali Rida. Everything that happened to them, both the ladies and the men and the companions. Then Imam stood here to witness everything. Then looking at the tragedy alone, as in when you see something horror, do you know how it takes? Even sometimes when you see an emergency or something bad wanted to happen to you, you shock. Before you realize or come back to normal, it will take you some, maybe sometime if it is bad incident, maybe like it's accident or whatever, you begin to be like you are not well or normal throughout the day because of what? The witness of the event. Then tell me if someone is killing your son in your presence. Then tell me if someone is forbidding you from drinking water while they are feeding their animal water. Then do you think the remembering of this event, this tragedy, would just stop and end there? No. Was that Jeruhum bi ayamillah. Remind them, tell them the event of Karbala is a life event. It will not go to stop ila yawmuddin. The Ashabul Hussein are two types. The people who took Shahada, who are there with Hussein, have gained the martyrdom and all the blessings. There are people who are going to continue istimrar da'wah. Tariq Hussein. There are going to be other companions who are going to be there, continue passing the message. What really happened and why Imam Hussein alayhi salam stood firm there, not to bend, even in the yard or to Yazid himself. Then that is the beacon that brings us alive today. When you see the struggle of the Islamic Ummah or the Islamic Republic of Iran today, is what? Because we have the legacy of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Then those who didn't understand or haven't read well about history, looking at Shia in a way that the Shia are trying to bring differences to the Ummah, that let the past be bygone. It has happening, yes. Most of them, when you go to Kutub Tariq, like Tariq Baghdadi, Ibn Jarari, name them, they were saying that yes, the event happened and it was all strategized, planned by Yazid and his cohorts. But because of the unity of the Ummah, let's leave it. We are not looking at the injustice being done to Hussein alayhi salam. We were looking at what Hussein stood for. I hope you are getting my point. Then what Hussein stood for. Imam Hussein alayhi salam does not act on his own. It was an appointment, an order given to him by his grandfather, who is Nabi al-Azam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. La yawm ka yawmuk. Then this yawm, what are you going to do? Are you going to succumb? Are you going to give up to the enemy to destroy Islam? He said no. Then stood firm and protect this deen. Deen Jadduka. This deen of your grandfather, you are going to stand here to defend it. Then today, we are seeing people who are telling us that we should be patient and let the past go, so that the unity of the Ummah will be the paramount unless everybody face one direction. We said no. Our no is going in line with what? No of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because when the Holy Prophet came, he met the Bani Umayyah, the way they are crucifying people, the way they are doing injustice to human. Then the Prophet brings deen that will going to alleviate all this zulm from the earth. He said, let's worship the oneness of Allah. Let's live religion, ibadah, to the Lord of the world alone. Then after that, then let's do ihsan, humanity, to ourselves. Let's build a community where everybody will have freedom, where everyone will live comfortably. So don't be just to people because you have the right of affair of their affair. This is where the point of argument or point of hatredness started from. That we are bringing knowledge, we are bringing light to those who have been kept in captive. We want to come and free them, like what happened within Nabi Musa and Pharaoh. We are putting these people in captivity, doing them injustice. Now you want to free them. They said no. They waged war, they did everything, but Islam came out victorious. Since from that line, those who didn't have anything about or read anything about history don't know how the enmity started. One, when they came to Bajeh, Utbah bin Rabi, he is the father of Hindu. Hindu is a wife to Abu Sufyan and a mother to who? Muawiyah. Now, Utbah didn't stand alone to defend the kufr they are doing and the injustice being done to the people. He said he is going out to fight Nabi with his son, with his first son, his elderly son. Then when they came out, they all sent to Jahannam. Right from that day, the household of Umayyah took the list and the family of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to their blacklist. And the Nabi never mind, because he know that he's on the truth and he's working with reality, the truth being given to him as a guidance. He don't want to listen with their plan or what they are doing. Down to after the conquer of Makkah, the Prophet didn't act from what they are remembering, what they are saying all about that. We are going to avenge for our father's blood. They've been in captive because when you have a victory over a community or a nation, whatever, whoever is there, the people who are victorious have every right to decide whether they should be killed, be imprisoned, or be free, or whatever, or paying ransom. They were asking, Ya Rasulullah, what are you going to do about us? We are in your hands. The Prophet said, okay, if we should pass judgment, you know that you have done injustice to us, you have raised our house down, you took our property, you kill our children, you kill our family, everything. You have done facade, destruction on the earth. Then what do you want us to do? They said, please, do the judgment of father and children. Let's be a family. He said, Antum Tolaka. We are free people. We are leaving you to go free. If you like, take Shahada, become a Muslim. If you don't, you are free. Imma you live in Makkah or anywhere else you want to go, you are free. Despite this favor, these people will never sit down and think when the grandfather of Hussein, alayhi salam, have the opportunity to maltreat or pass justice and do them what they have been doing to people. He freed them. Then, now you are in position to do the reverse, even if at all Imam Hussein was wrong, which is nothing like that. Hussein is for Islam, and he was defending his grandfather's right, his ummah's right, that we should stop these people from maltreating people. This is number one thing that the Nabi come and every message that come from the Lord, they are calling for what? Justice, al-adl, and forbidding people from what? Zulum. Are you getting it now? They have not come to do that. They didn't want to realize that there was a day we were in captivity. There was a day that we were supposed to be killed and erased from this earth. But the Nabi, Rahmatul Alameen, have mercy on us. They are not looking at that. They said, when they are hearing the name of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, still calling it the Salah, when they say, Ashhadu Anna Muhammad Rasulullah, they are not still feeling comfortable. Muawiyah said this. He said, when he's still hearing Muhammad Rasulullah, it's not comfortable hearing that. Are you surprised? You should see the way their mother did to Hamza, when he eats Hamza flesh, and these are the kind of mother that gave birth to this person that said that he only want to listen to Muhammad Rasulullah, but he was in the kingdom of Muhammad Rasulullah between imamship, controlling the ummah, and saying sort of this evil. Are you getting it? Now, this riwayah that said, La yawm kayawmka ya Aba Abdullah, was in line with this verse that said that, was that kiruhum bi ayamillah. Then, al-yawm, yawm, is mentioned here. That means, when you come with this alif ma'arifa, it's a special day. Is in line with what? This ayam that the Quran is mentioned. Then, if we have the evidence or the source that this yom that we are talking about, or the Prophet saying about, was the same thing with what the Quran is saying, then what is our responsibility? When we will be able to establish that La yom kayomuka, then was that kiruhum bi ayamillah. Yom Hussein has been ayamillah in Sabata. If it is established with source and evidence that what min ayamillah, for that kiruhum, then tell them about Hussein. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. How can you see it now? Then, saying about tragedy of Karbala is going to be istimrar, la nihaya ila yawmuddin, and you are on the right track. It's a sunnah. This is Quran. Quran is saying, وَذَكِّرُهُمْ وَذَكِّرُهُمْ. That means, what you are trying to say here is that now, if you realize that this yom is part of the second yom the Lord was talking about, then, and you know that what Imam Hussein alayhi salam stood for is the same thing that is calling for justice, equity, and what? Worshipping the oneness of Allah, forbidding people from doing wrong and telling them to do the right thing, the same thing that Nabi Musa asked him to do. What is it going to do? And أخرج قومك من الظلمات إلى النور. What are zulumat? Zulum, killing unjust. Like the way Muawiyah they did to Hajar ibn al-Kindi. They killed him. Later they are saying that it was a jinn that killed him. How? When the jinn started killing people, jinn are holding sword to eliminate someone you appoint to be a ruler. Whenever you heard that someone is in Iraq or in Medina or in Mecca, anywhere that is following Ali ibn Abi Talib, they will tag him that he needs to be crucified or eliminated from the surface of the earth. When you are doing all this evil, what is the next thing? What's our responsibility? Your responsibility was what? To tell them that you people are spreading facades on the earth. Then our responsibility is to stop you from that. Now you are requesting us to pledge allegiance for you to continue the facade. Imam said no. Then he has every right. Without even showing all this record of facade that Yazid bin Muawiyah is being known of a drunkard, Al-Mutafajjir, is still seen as a pride. Then even without all this, Imam Hussein, to be Hussein alone, that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Hussein minni wa ana min al-Hussein. He said Al-Hussein, Al-Hassan al-Hussein, Imaman in kada aw qama. Nabi, he said, Hassan and Hussein, they are leader of this ummah. If they sit down without doing anything, they are still a leader. They are the leader. Then if they stood up for what? Anything religious right, everything they are going to stand on is still part of religion, and they will be leader there. There's somebody that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said something in his part of his words. They are starting. Now you want you to come and be what? Under you. You al-Mutafajjir. Then without even showing us evidence, Hussein alayhi salam has right to be in control and fear of the ummah because of the laughs that have come from the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam regarding them. Today, the people who are saying that they are looking for unity are saying that we should stop lamenting. Then how do you stop this kind of injustice? How do you stop saying that the grandson of the Holy Prophet was being deprived from drinking water for 3 days? How do you stop that the family of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being in captivity throughout from Iraq to Syria, making joining of shuhur, months, barefooted? Then with all this humiliation, mutilated, then you should stop saying it. La in sabata anna yawmul Hussein min ayamillah fadakkiruhum bi ayamillah. Then we are not doubting it that Imam Hussein alayhi salam is speak for us justice. Those who have the knowledge or who read very well will see throughout the book of history what have been the cause of the uprising. They will tell you how they attacked Medina, how they sent people to take bayah from Hussein alayhi salam with force. Either he submits or they should kill him. The one option are left for Hussein. No. Then, from all this, we have riwayah, waradat, min Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, that say that, La yawm ka yawmuka ya Aba Abdullah. In some places, he said that, Yawmul Hussein, Bukal Hussein, Damul Hussein. With all these different titles, names being given to the tragedy of Karbala, and it doesn't stop there alone. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will sit down alone and be crying for Hussein, crying for Hussein. If as when the incident has not come to stay, the Prophet of this ummah is crying in the name of Hussein, then if after the incident and he's still alive, he's there, what do you think will happen to the Prophet? Do you think if only crying, you'll be crying? There will not going to be judgment, paying back of the evil. We were just saying it, and those who are arguing or seeing us as a trouble one who doesn't want the Ummah or unity of the Ummah, and see the support of those people till now. When they pray the way they do. When all their affair, you say that, okay, you have realized that what Hussein stood for was right, but you don't want an argument. Then why are you still following those who are on the wrong path? If truly you are sincere. Today, the same thing is repeating. When they try to bring fear to the Islamic Republic of Iran, that America is in control of everything. If you fight Israel, America will come, it will perish you. America will do that, America will do this. Then, after the incident of Operation War 3, what's happening? They say, yes, it's good, but have they come to bring their allegiance to Iran? They were just saying that Iran tried. If you know Iran tried, then what was the footstep of Iran? How did Iran come to the limelight? What brings Iran to be victorious? Do you know how many countries in the world today that join hands together to help Israel against what? Iran? But despite that, because of the wilayah of Ahl Bayt, bring them victorious. Then we are not looking deep inside what was the cause or the reason or the ways that bring and what way that they get this assistance, that is divine help that bring them to the limelight. What? You are just saying they tried. In fact, Iran they did well. Some of them come to media to say that even if they are trying, they are not still good people because they are Shia. You that you are good, then what have you done to what have you done? You have not done anything to bring the as in progress of the Ummah. Not even assistance. Either you are assisting these people to kill the Ummah. That is what they did. When they are pledging allegiance to Yazid, they know who is Yazid. Most of them. Marwan bin Hakam. They know him very well. They know who is his father. But despite that, people like Abdullah bin Zubayr, they were in support, and they are even calling people, sending letters to so many places, despite they are not from the same house. They claim to be from what? Abbasid. But they are helping Umayyad to bring down Al Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because of their interest in what? Taking leadership too. So if you have a truth, you see the truth, take it. Then if you don't want the history to repeat itself, it's either now you align yourself with those who are on the right path, or you continue saying that you want a unity, but you are still with the people who are friends with Al Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's a blessing for us as a movement that we are lamenting that what they did to Hussein is injustice, is inhuman. So we are with Hussein. And with this stand that we have is what give what? Victory, the real Islam to continue till date. Because we have learned that those who took Shahada with Hussein salamu alayhi, they have attained blessing, a big victory, martyrdom. Then those who are going to continue this remembrance are going to still be part of Sahaba of Hussein. So we want to be part of what? Hussein. We want to be part of what? Struggle of Hussein. That is why we are not going to stop lamenting. We will continue. You see it back? So Sumiya Yawmul Hussein لأجل هذه الآية دليل نص من القرآن التي جاء بوقت وذكرهم بأيام الله. Then if it is established here that Imam Hussein alayhi salam, his struggle is for Allah, is for Islam, then we are not going to stop. So you should know it in your mind that the struggle of Hussein is an instruction, divining one, that it will not go to stop ila yawmuddin. That was the reason why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Hussein minni wa ana min al-Hussein. This love, he has not said it to anybody. When he said it's from me and I'm from him, that shows you that my prophethood, like this message, continuation of this thing is with Hussein. Hussein will continue this path. That is why you see offspring, his children, after Imam Zain Abidin alayhi salam, they continue. They are all Hussein. Down to Imam Mahdi Ajallah Sharif. How can you see this now? So we are for Hussein and we are working with instruction being given. We want to bring a line this ayah for you to know that they know what they are doing. When we want to bring delay from Quran that says, Ana Medinatul Ilm wa Ali Babuha. I'm the city knowledge of Medina. This universe and Nabil Azam was the light that makes it exist. The light. Then the door you come through that light is Ali. Oman arada al-ilm kulli woman arada. If you want anybody, it does not specific as these people, the philosopher, no. Whoever that needs that knowledge, فَلْيَأْتِ مِنْ بَابِهَا, come to the door. What Quran says? Quran said what? وَأْتُوا الْبُيُوتَ مِنْ أَبْوَابِهَا. That house, Ahal al-Ilm, Ahal al-Karama, Ahal al-Taqwa, Ahal al-Nubuwa. Anytime you want to come through them, go through their door. Don't stay at the back. Don't go through people in Syria. Don't go through people in America. Come to the door. Where are their door? Maybe I put it down for you. He said, وَعَلِي بَابُهَا. The door to that city, the door to that light is Ali. Ali and his progeny, his lineage. Then you will let Ali, salamu alayhi, then going round the city while you are seeing the house of Ali. You are seeing the house. What to buyuta min abwabiha? Come through the door. Then Nabi said, the city that you are in today, this religion, this deen, I'm the leader. But any issue you want, anything, just go to Ali. You are okay. Then we going towards Ali and his lineage shows that what? We are moving towards the right direction. That's bad. That the Lord himself has commanded us that we should come through. So this is bad. Delil anna yawmul Hussein min ayyamillah. This Quran said it. That in sabata anna yawmul Hussein min ayyamillah wa dhakiruhum. Remind them. So we are not going to stop this remembrance. Call up on waking up call is not going to stop. Ila yawmuddin. Surat al-Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now, then when Imam Sadiq alayhi salam was telling these people that Anna Yawm al-Hussein A'zam Musiba Min Jami' Sa'ir al-Anbiya. Do you wait this statement? Do you see how heavy it is? Imam Sadiq alayhi salam was saying that Yawm al-Hussein Min Ayyamillah. Then that struggle of Hussein A'zam Musiba. Let me break it for you. You will know that it's A'zam today. When he said A'zam Musiba, Min Jami' Sa'ir al-Anbiya, do you know how the Lord of the world has tested many prophets? When he commanded Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam that he should do Zabih li Ismail, what's happening? When Ismail was about to do the Zabih, he said, what you have done the needful. Stop, don't do it. The same Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was being thrown towards fire, he said, Kunna ya nara bardan. You should be cool for Ibrahim. Zachariah mentioned them. When he came to say, what's happening? He said it is being mutilated. Zubah. He did not stop it. He never stopped it. Hussein bin Zabh, Kabish. Hussein didn't drink water. He did not stop it. He didn't bring water from the heaven for him to drink. A'zam Musiba. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam is talking. He said, A'zam Musiba. Min Jami' Sa'il Anbiya. Go back to many the test being given to the Nabi Anbiya. Along the way, he will stop it. He brings the relief. Any relief? Hal minna. Hal min nasr ya sani. Hal min nasr. Is there anyone to help? Nobody. No voice to reply. He stood alone, thirsty, bringing out his tongue to the little child to suck. A'adam Musiba. A'adam. So, when we are talking about Hussein's cause is different. That is why when you are with Hussein, you are with Arsh, you are in Jannah, you are with Nabi. Because what Stain stood for, nobody no one else have undergone that kind of tragedy, the calamity that survived. No one. Down to the Nabi and Biya, when they were fall in stress, in problem, the Lord immediately you come to their age. He said, you are just saying it's okay, it's okay. That's why when the Nabi said that La yawmuka yawmuka, no day, there is no all this Ambiya, everybody. The Nasr came in the battle when we are 13 against how many thousand? 10,000 according to Riwayah. 13 against 10,000. The victory came the day when the rain fall with stones carrying dust to Kufar eye to give it to the Ummah. Then Imam Hussein alayhi salam is facing 30,000 army against 72. Look at the difference. When we say 30,000 army, we are talking about the confronters, people who are fighting Hussein, not the army that strategized covering the field. We are talking about the people who are willing to fight, who are fighting. Then, what are you going to say? Are you going to say that Hussein is the event as the defender of Hussein is like any other person? We are not exaggerating. Go and match them. This is Ruwaya, this is Ayah. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said, Inna al-yawm al-Hussein, bita'kid, Inna al-yawm al-Hussein, a'adam musiba, a'adam, min jamir sa'il anbiya, min jamir sa'il anbiya. Then, if you go through the tragedy of Karbala, you see what happened there, what has befallen Hussein there, you understand that the day of Hussein, the sacrifice of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, is beyond what we are even thinking or what we are seeing. There are some rewards that say that one of the ulama, ulama al-Islam, is called Sibzuwari. Those who are visiting Najaf, they know. You see, when Imam Humayn Ridwanullah alayhi was in Najaf, he lived very close to his house when he was buried. Many years, he sat and be thinking about how is events, what really has happened in Karbala that made Imam Asal Sahib Zaman, Imam Mahdi Ajallah Sharif, whenever you meet him, those who have the privilege with him, that is crying down to some riwayah show that blood is flowing from his cheek. Imam Mahdi. Do you know what he's crying for? He said, say that Zainab Salamun Alayha. He said, you know what they did to my auntie? The humiliation to Zainab Salamun Alayha. Did you know? He's asking. In Alam al-Ru'ya, Alam al-Ruh, since we already have the privilege to meet Asad Sahib Zaman, he said, what makes you not stop? Why not stop crying? He gave him sight back to Karbala to see what has happened. After the Ru'ya, Sibzuwari never had his face till he passed away. Go and ask. Go and read. Sibzuwari never was. Gain his sight again. What he has saw. Then he wrote it down that whatever you are seeing in the history of book, It's not compared to reality that happened in Karbala. Are you getting it? So, saying that we are obstructing the unity of the Ummah or whatever is just merely saying, because if we want to go by what we know, then it will bring more problems. So the only thing we can do is what? Continue to remember Hussein, Salamu alayhi, and stay in line with Hussein. Tariqul Hussein is Tariqul Jannah. Tariq Hussein is do the Tawhut. That is why you see that Imam Khomeini Ridwanullah alayhi is be able to stand to American face and say, Antum Shaitan Akbar. What gave him the courage? Why was so courageous? Because he had Hussein. When Hussein stood alone in desert to fight 30,000 army and said that I'm not going to leave this deen for you people to destroy it. I'm not going to give allegiance to that person that we know that is a Fujar, Ahal Munkar, that killed people unjust. Then today, if we are just lamenting, despite knowing this reality, we have not come to you, to your face. The zulum that is a spread on the surface of the earth today, we are still bearing that. We are just trying to make that what? Sabr, and the continuation of lamenting. We have that sabr, that when you are patient, then the Lord will make you victorious, like what really happened today between the Islamic nation and Israel, because when they are shooting, killing, committing the atrocity in Gaza and everywhere, even when they kill Iranian generals, everything. But we still have the patience. Everybody was just saying that. Why don't you go to the war? So what's happening? When this time, then the Nasr min Allah, the victory came from Allah. So we are thanking the Lord that made the Islamic nation to be victorious over the zulum of the Israel and America. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين صلاة على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد